I vow to personally never spend a dime on TF2 items until the bot crisis is taken care of for real.
It's important to not be negative about this because of what's at stake. People who see this game as not worth the effort are not the people this video was made for. It's just I have a few problems with the Fix TF2 movement. And while it's not problems with every single member, it's more some things I've noticed among the larger players of Fix TF2 and a lot of their surrounding community. Doomers, Valve's motivation, and attention seeking. People want this to succeed. I want this to succeed, but we need to remain grounded in our hopes when we ask Valve to fix this. Doomer is a word that I've seen thrown around. I feel like it's obvious that remaining positive is the best path forward, hopeful that Valve might see the public outcry as enough justification to improve TF2's state. But I think that people like to use the word Doomer to push away real and valid criticism. Shonik made an excellent video dissecting a lot of the common points and ideas going around on how to deal with the bots. If you haven't watched it, and you care about TF2, you really should. Ban waves, IP bans, hardware bans all mean the bots are gone for an evening, to return when the hosters realize their bots are down. Two-factor, making the game cost money, or charging for a better casual would not solve the problem and would likely either be damning new players to a hell of bots, or another bot-free weekend, maybe even a full week. Update the anti-cheat? Bot hosters will eventually find new ways to get around the fixes and we will be back to square one. The only problem that Valve has actually solved was people being impersonated, and they fixed it by removing the ability to change your name until you joined a new game. Now, some of you might think this is dangerously close to people saying, why bother? I think that the Fix TF2 movement is flawed, but at this point we should entirely support the attempt to contact Valve. All we're doing is essentially demand that they ramp up their effort to combat bots. It's also important to intake good criticism while rejecting people who do not care about TF2, because the Fix TF2 movement isn't aimed at people who do not play it, or don't care about the depressing state it's in. It's aimed at Valve specifically. So make noise, complain about TF2. But one of the other issues is that the bot hosters' intentions are likely also to get attention. I saw one of the bots use a cheat to get an achievement when they entered the server, and that's a little on the nose that they obviously love all of this publicity they're getting. TF2 is a very easy target due to its old age. And the Fix TF2 movement has made the bot problem a lot worse, and it's showed bots that they will be rewarded with attention for their shitty behavior. I play TF2 on a near daily basis, and I want this game to remain playable. But it's important to remember that we are facing people who adapt to solutions, love the attention, and are more than happy to ruin a game that they likely see as low-hanging fruit. We're left with a company that loves to do cool new things and doesn't really have a vested interest in dealing with the bots. But without public outcry, Valve would likely do nothing because they aren't rewarded for dealing with this. Valve isn't a philanthropist company. They like money. They make a lot of it, and it's really not coming from TF2 at this point. The developers, engineers, and higher-ups at Valve likely do not see TF2 in the same way we do. They see it as a problem child who keeps causing shit because a handful of people with cheap electricity and spare computer hardware have nothing better to do. To imply Valve didn't see the problem last time is naive. The bot hosters have been a clear problem for several years now. Fix TF2 is both a negative impact on the game itself and the only hope for improving the game at all. Because why not try when you have everything to gain and absolutely nothing to lose? And this is likely why you see so much apathy to the problem. If you play the game and enjoy it, you'll notice real quick how much of a pain bots have become. In the last few weeks, since Fix TF2, the bots have become a lot more active, and they've admitted to be ramping up their amount of bots directly in the chat. I want Valve to do something, but we are encouraging bot hosters to make a problem that Valve can't really even solve, and we're encouraging them to make it worse. All of the gameplay recorded for this video was in the last 12 hours. I had 3 games that were okay, and I queued into 13 bot lobbies. One of those 3 games was a complete stomp because there was a 6-stack on the other team, and the other 2 didn't last more than 15 minutes. I played for 2 hours and got 45 minutes of actual gameplay out of it. I even had a game where I got killed by a bot after joining, got auto-balanced. I was broken that I tortured some poor soul for like 5 minutes who did not know how to killbind and got stuck, left spawn, died to another bot, and then got auto-balanced again. If you can get a full server playing the game, TF2 is great, but a half-empty lobby is as ripe for the picking as they come, and with people getting frustrated, it's only making the bots more of a problem. And this is why people are pessimistic. They don't have to be, but when you look at the enormity of the problem, it's understandable why people just give up. I know that the community members will do their damnedest to make sure that Valve hears as much noise as possible, but I don't think Valve is going to do anything, and I'll be blunt in saying that I will either be right or pleasantly surprised. TF2 hasn't had an update in 7 years. It's been pure community drip feed since then, and what I don't understand is how people can look at Valve like they look at Nintendo. A company that will do the right thing and is a shining beacon. But like Nintendo, they'd as soon spit on you if you did not give them money. And some people would go as far to thank them for it. That is my problem with fixed TF2. We should not rely on Valve, because if there's one thing Valve has shown us, it's that this problem isn't their concern.